Hello, we have yet another cheap action camera to look at, and as soon as I saw this camera available on Amazon, I knew I had to buy this camera. About $25 is what we paid for it. I think it's around $29 now. So let's just take a look at the box really quickly and just see why I really wanted to buy this cheap camera and why I'm so excited to try it. Of course, as usual with anything less than $30, my expectations are always very, very low. So let's just get started with the video and we'll let you decide for yourself if you think the video quality looks good. So as with all the videos I put on this channel, all the unboxing videos, if you don't want to hear me talk about this camera, if you don't want to watch me take out the camera and look at the accessories, feel free to skip to the next part of this video where we will just show you some sample footage recorded with this camera. So if you want to see sample test videos, go to the next part of the video. If you'd like to skip this whole segment of the unboxing portion. Unboxing and video test, let's get started. So what do we have here? Right away you can see amazing presentation. Again, and we saw this for $25. The price increased right now on Amazon, I think at the time I'm making this video, $29, $30, but it doesn't matter. If you're interested in purchasing this product, I think it is on Amazon. And you could probably search for this company, Vivitar. So let's get to take out the box. So amazing presentation. It's telling you right away why I was interested in buying this product. So we have a camera which apparently has 2 screens. We have a tripod accessory, some specifications here that you can see. Amazingly, it also includes a 64 gigabyte memory card, micro SD memory card, which we will insert into the camera and hopefully it'll work. Amazingly, it also includes apparently an extra battery and a floating handle. So that is what we have here. It's showing you exactly what's inside the box, and on the back it's just really showing you kind of more of the same text that it shows on the front, apparently all the way up to 4K resolution with built-in Wi-Fi. Tells you what's inside here. We have the memory card, the camera, the floating handle, and the tripod, and 2 batteries. Okay, so let's get started with the most difficult part of this video, which is actually going to be the part that I hopefully will not mess up, which is the unpacking. So let me just start here, and I'm just gonna have to do this the only way that I can think of doing this, which is cutting through the box, trying to figure this out. Okay, so not a bad start to the video. So first we're gonna just take out the accessories, then we're gonna turn on the camera, see if it has battery, and we're gonna show you the menu and the different settings, different video resolution settings. Lastly, we have the video tests which will be at the end. So right away, you can see we have our extra battery. Let me put that here. We have some standard accessories and mounts, which I'm not really going to talk about because I don't really use these, but you can attach it to a helmet, a bike, a scooter, I don't know, surfboard, things of that nature. I'm not really going to talk about these, but we're just going to show you that they include the standard accessories and adhesive mounts. So you got your extra battery. Also, of course, we have another accessory here, which is our floating handle, which we can attach to the camera with one of these other accessories. This strap also, put that there. And of course, we also have, just trying to make this easy for the viewer to watch. Okay, so it dropped right out of the packaging. We have our micro SD memory card. A lot of action camera packages will not include a memory card, but this one does. Micro SD memory card. You will need it to actually use the camera, right? You have to store files. You need a memory card in order to use your camera because otherwise you cannot store your files. So this is included, but typically, if it doesn't say so in the Amazon description, typically when you buy an action camera, the micro SD memory card will not be included. This time it does, which is amazing, so we're going to put it in the camera momentarily. Let me show you how to do that. And here was the box that the memory card came in. Okay, so we're going to put that there. Last but not least, we have the remaining parts of the package, which is actually this very cool looking tripod accessory, which is like, this looks really cool. So you can have the camera here mounted with another accessory, I think, and you can actually use this little tripod if you wish. It's totally optional. Okay, so that's another accessory you have here. Cool accessories. some other standard straps and mounts. You have this user manual, which we'll talk about. Okay, so first of all, if you didn't already see it, the title of this video will specify the exact model name and model number of this camera. So here it's the DVR923 KIT dash BLK. So this is the name of the camera. It's going to be in the title of this video. User guide. So it probably talks about how to use the camera, the different accessories included, how to take out the battery, maybe how to insert the memory card, the different features, things like that. So there's your user manual. Troubleshooting. Again, this is the name of the camera. USB cable, very important. One end goes to the camera, one end goes to your laptop, your computer tower, all in one computer, etc. And then that'll allow you to transfer the footage from your camera to your computer, and also to charge your camera, most importantly. So that's very important. You do need the USB cable to transfer the files and to charge your device. Another little frame that we have, this might be useful for the tripod. So the best part, really, of course, the part that we're waiting for, is the actual camera itself. This is the camera currently in the underwater housing. This is really going to finish the unboxing portion of this video. We have trying to figure out how to take this off. So it talks about some of the buttons: power off, power on, capture, etc., Wi-Fi. So I'm trying to understand a little bit about how to, oh, there we go. Okay, that's it. It's your underwater housing. Don't forget, you have underwater housing, so the camera is probably not going to be waterproof without it. So that's your underwater housing. We're going to test the camera underwater as well. Here's the actual camera itself. So we kind of have a dust-proof design, so the lens is not going to get dirty even if we touch it. That's very nice. You can take this off. This is for the dual screen. Are you even able to do this? Maybe we'll do it later. Supposedly this camera has a dual screen. That must be it. I'm just trying to figure out how to... see, I'm just not very good at this, I think. That's the problem. I just don't know what I'm... Oh, look at that. Okay, you could probably see me now. Hello, there I am waving. Hello, 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 hello. That's your one screen. And this is your other screen. Remove the sticker. That's exactly what we're going to do. Okay, let me wave again. Hey, hello. Okay, so we got one screen, two screen, dual screens as they promised. Vivitar. So this is the camera itself. Got to admit, this design is just phenomenal. Super easy just to take off the battery cover, slide it, and there's your battery. Don't forget you have an extra battery. So as promised, they do have two batteries, a memory card. Let's put in the memory card. You can see there's an area for that right there. So just kind of look at the diagram. Be careful. This is very important. Just bear with me. Okay. Oh, wrong way. Uh-oh. Look, we're breaking this already. Unbelievable. Click. Okay, and there's our memory card. Right in there. Okay. Now, the last part of this video will be... Sorry, the second part of this video will be how to use this camera, some of the settings that they offer. Don't forget, we have all these cool accessories. We have the memory card, we have the extra battery, and now we are finally on to using the camera. So we're going to turn it on, we're going to show you the settings, then we're going to show you the video tests. Okay. Here we go, I guess. Where's the power button? No, the power button is right here. Here we go. Long press. There's no battery. Oops. Uh-oh. No battery. Okay. Fortunately, we have an extra battery. Let's try that. Take out the battery. Now, line it up here. Okay, we're really gonna hope we have some battery. I just want to show you the camera before we stop the video. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes, we have battery life. Okay. And now you're gonna be able to see my hand. Whoa, there we go. Look at that. Wow, all the way up to... Wait a minute. This camera, which we bought for $25, has image stabilization and 4K. This is image stabilization, EIS. This is almost too good to be true. I'm convinced that something bad is going to happen because so far with the dustproof design, the accessories, the the build quality of this camera, I'm almost expecting something bad to happen here. Okay, so let's just see what we have here. So video. Okay. So this must be the record button. I'm trying to figure out how to change the video settings. Oh wow, look at this menu. Look, just press the button right here to go through the, this is like your left or right button. Look at this menu. This is, okay, so far I've never seen a camera for this price that looks this impressive. I'm just super excited right now. So you're just pressing this button right here. Wow, this is, oh, okay, I want to go to the settings now. I want to go to the settings. Hello, my settings. Whatever. Okay, so we're on video mode. I'm trying to figure out how to get to, there we go. See? See what I did there? Hold this button down, the capture button down. Okay, let's try it again. Hold this button down to get to the settings. Okay, video resolution. It goes all the way up to 4K 60 frames per second. What? Are you serious? Okay, so now click this button to scroll through the menu options, to scroll through the settings, the different video resolution settings. Okay, so this goes all the way up to... Okay, let's just try, wow, look at all these settings here. This is unreal. I mean, wow. Look at all these settings. I'm kind of shocked right now. Let's take let's do 1080p 60 frames per second. Video quality. Sure, why not? Look at all these other settings. Timestamp. Let's turn that off. I don't really need that. Record voice. Motion detection. Oh my gosh. It's kind of amazing. They have motion detection. Wow. What is this? Okay, so we have image rotation. No. Indicator light. No, we don't need that. Screensaver. Close. Automatic shutdown. No, let's not do that. Nope. Oh, okay, that's better. Sorry, I wasn't holding the, okay. Okay, so we have our video settings. We have probably some, let me just show you the photo settings really quick. You might be interested in that. So how do we get to the photo settings? We might have to go to photo mode. Let's do that. Okay, let's go to photo mode. Now we can probably look at the photo settings. Am I right? I am right. Photo size. See, we have all the way up to supposedly 50 megapixels. Okay, should this camera cost $1,000? I'm kind of confused now. 50 megapixels? There are all these settings I've never seen before. Okay, let's just do the default 12 megapixels. Okay, all these cool looking photo settings. Let's do timestamp off. So I'm gonna test photos and videos. I'm just really surprised at how cool this camera looks so far. I'm kind of shocked. Okay, so we have, we're gonna do photo mode. Video mode. And then we're gonna go make some videos. We're gonna take some photos and we're gonna show you the results. So I put it to 1080p 60 frames per second, but it looks like we also have image stabilization. See? Image stabilization as an option, EIS, which is actually kind of phenomenal. So I'm very excited to use this camera. The dustproof design means that if you touch the lens, it's not going to get dirty. You can just wipe the dust off. So dustproof design, 2 screens. So how do we turn on the second screen? Oh, wow. Amazing. Oh, might wave again. Hello, hello, hello. So hold this button down. See, hold this button down. And now it changes back to that screen. So just hold the button down to activate the other screen. Very cool so far. The fact that it has image stabilization is phenomenal. We're definitely going to test that. Okay, so enough of this video. this unboxing. We're really just gonna, okay, let's turn this off. Okay, wow. So far, I am incredibly impressed, but I'll be even more impressed if I like the video quality, so stay tuned with us. The next part of this video will be the video test. So thanks for watching, have a nice day. We're going to record some videos, take some photos, and show you the results in the next part of this video. This is the Vivitar camera. The exact name of the camera will be in the title of this video. Available on Amazon if you just search for Vivitar. So I'll let you decide for yourself. Do you think the video quality is good? Here's some sample footage which will follow shortly. Hello, this is a 1080p 60 frames per second video test with the Vivitar action camera. 1080p video test, 60 frames per second. Recently purchased on Amazon. Image stabilization is also an option. Not enabled here though, just 1080p 60 frames per second video test. The name of this camera, the specific model name of this camera, will be in the title of the video. 1080p 60 frames per second. This camera records all the way up to 4K. All the way up to 4K resolution. .1080p video test, 60 frames per second. .1080p video test, 60 frames per second with the Vivitar action camera. Recently purchased on Amazon. Came with the 64GB memory card, lots of accessories. 1080p video test, 60 frames per second. .1080p video test, 60 frames per second. .1080p video test, 60 frames per second. Hello, 2.7K video test, 30 frames per second with the Vivitar action camera. 2.7K video test at 30 frames per second. .7K at 30 frames per second. This camera records all the way up to 4K. Also has image stabilization. This is a 2.7K video test at 30 frames per second. .7K video test, 30 frames per second. .7K video test, 30 frames per second with the Vivitar action camera. .7K video test, 30 frames per second. 4K resolution, 30 frames per second with the Vivitar action camera. 4K resolution at 30 frames per second. Video test. .4K resolution video test, 30 frames per second with the Vivitar action camera. .4K video test, 30 frames per second with the Vivitar action camera. Recently purchased on Amazon. The title of this camera will be, the name of this camera, specific model name of this camera will be in the title of the video. 4K video test at 30 frames per second. Video test, 30 frames per second. .4K video test, 30 frames per second. Hello, this is a 1080p 30 frames per second resolution video test with image stabilization. We have the Vivitar action camera right here that we purchased on Amazon recently. Holding up a mirror just so you can see what I'm recording with. Here it is again, the Vivitar action camera. And what kind of video test do we have here? 1080p resolution. 1080p resolution, 30 frames per second with image stabilization. That is the important part here. We're going to be just taking a walk here and trying to see if this camera is going to stabilize our footage again before we start walking. This is the Vivitar action camera that we're recording with. So 1080p, 30 frames per second. Image stabilization, not always great on cheap cameras such as this one. However, we're going to hopefully be pleasantly surprised. I'm always optimistic, but the result isn't always great. So the question is, does this camera have good image stabilization? Let's find out. Let's start walking. I'll let you decide for yourself. Typically when you walk around with a camera with image stabilization, with good image stabilization, you're supposed to be able to watch, the video is supposed to be watchable. You're supposed to be able to watch the video without being distracted by the shakiness. So the question is, are we going to experience that here? Well, we're trying to keep the camera still. I'm walking with flip-flops, but just keep in mind that if it's too shaky, we simply cannot watch the video, and that's when I say no, it's not good. If we're able to actually focus on the video without being distracted by the shakiness, then I will admit it's good stabilization. So that's all it really is. It's up to you. Without stabilization, everything will be very shaky. With good stabilization, the shakiness goes away enough that we can really focus on what's in front of the camera without thinking about, oh, this is shaking too much. But yeah, without image stabilization, if you're trying to walk around, forget about it. No matter how steady you hold the camera, there will be shakiness. So on a less than $30 camera, I'd be surprised to see good stabilization. I'd be surprised to see any stabilization at all. So all we're doing is just keeping the camera still and just walking around here. So what it looks like is when you move the camera, it's supposed to slowly slide into place. No kind of shaky movements going on. See? Especially when you move the camera very slowly. It's supposed to really, stabilization is supposed to kind of make up for some of that shakiness and make it look more smooth. So 1080p resolution, 30 frames per second, trying to keep the camera still while the stabilization hopefully takes care of the rest. So if you like the video, it means that you think the stabilization did a good job. If you think it's just way too shaky, like what's going on here, then it means it didn't do a good job. So, but we'll see when I transfer the footage. This is just a test. I'm not going to tell you, oh, this is good, this is bad. You have to decide for yourself. Just like I'm going to decide for myself if I like it or if I don't like it. Again, this is the Vivitar action camera. There's also an unboxing video, which may or may not be in this actual video. So lots of accessories included. A memory card was also included. And so far so good, but we're actually going to take a look at the footage and decide if this is actually good quality footage and not just some fancy packaging. Stabilization, image stabilization video test. Again, this is the Vivitar action camera, recently purchased on Amazon. Here it is. This is what we're recording with. We're also going to show a regular 1080p 60 frames per second video test without the stabilization. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. This has been an image stabilization video test with the Vivitar action camera. Hello, this is another 1080p 30 frames per second video test. Image stabilization. Vivitar action camera, 1080p 30 frames per second. Sorry if I said 60, I mean 30 frames per second. Just image stabilization video test. Very excited about this camera. It has a rugged design. Lots of accessories included, including a 64GB memory card, tripod, a floating handle. Not sure how much I'll be using these accessories, but very nice to have these. Especially the memory card. And don't forget with those memory cards, it's not like you have to use that memory card with this camera. You can use it with any action camera that is compatible with a the 64GB memory card. In this particular case, we got 64. A lot of space. I mean, think about how far technology has come. Used to be that I thought that 1GB memory card was amazing. Now we have all the way up to a 64, 128. I mean, technology really is amazing. So, 64GB card included for our convenience. And that is the card that we have in this camera, and so far so good. I do like the image stabilization. I think it's just a really nice feature to have in general, but when it works well, it's even better. In this case, I think it's working just fine, especially for the price. Just not just pleasantly surprised, I am impressed with the image stabilization here. And I don't know if you'll feel the same way, but it's very easy to tell when a camera has poor quality image stabilization. What that means is the shakiness will be so bad that you're focusing on the shakiness instead of what's actually in the video. So I think video quality, the image stabilization quality is good here. So something you'll typically find on more expensive cheap cameras. I know it sounds weird, but more expensive cheap action cameras, meaning from the scale of $30 to $100, more closer to the $100 price, you'll find cheaper action cameras with good image stabilization. But to find it on a $30 camera, purchased it, this one, when the price was less than $30, to find it at that price is just very surprising and makes me very happy. So, but just keep in mind that we did buy this for less than $30, but the price will obviously fluctuate. So I'm not gonna say it anymore. I'm not gonna tell you, oh, you're guaranteed to get this price. Well, of course not. If it starts selling really well, maybe maybe the camera will start to cost a little bit more than the price I paid for it. Thanks for watching this video. Have a nice day. This has been a video test, the Vivitar action camera with image stabilization. So, here it is. Walking around, trying to keep the camera still. This concludes this image stabilization video test. Image stabilization video test. Hello, this is a 1080p 60 frames per second video test with the Vivitar action camera, which is what you see right here. That's what we're recording with. That's why I brought this mirror. 1080p 60 frames per second. Let's start the video. So what can I say about this camera so far? Have not looked at the footage yet. Only just started testing the camera, and we're just hoping that the quality is good. The presentation was phenomenal. We had a 64 gigabyte card, a floating handle, a tripod. Really, what more can you ask for in terms of accessories? Definitely cannot ask for more, especially the price that we paid, which was less than $30. So right now, just testing the video resolution here, 1080p 60 frames per second. Do you like the quality of the video? I'll let you decide for yourself. This is really about you. This is not about me. Here again, here's the camera, the Vivitar action camera. Just trying to test the smoothness of the video, watching the cars go by on this sort of on and off cloudy day. July 2023, a year when action cameras just get cheaper and cheaper and cheaper and cheaper with all these cool features. 1080p 60 frames per second video test with this Vivitar action camera recently purchased on Amazon. No stabilization on this video test, but image stabilization is an option with this camera. Very excited to look at the footage. So far so good. The camera has a dust-proof design, which means you can put your finger on the lens. It's not going to get dirty. You can just wipe off the dust. Very rugged design, so should be very durable. Of course, I'm not going to tell you to drop it intentionally. Again, 1080p 60 frames per second here with the Vivitar action camera. That is what we're recording with right now. You can see that right here. This is the camera, and this camera records all the way up to 4K resolution. You can see on the viewfinder, on the actual screen, it seems to be capturing the sky very well, kind of the colors here. So we'll see if that is actually reflected in the video when I transfer it to the computer. 1080p 60 frames per second extended video sample right here with this camera. I'm gonna let you decide for yourself if you like this quality. If you're interested in the camera, just go to Amazon and search for Vivitar and you should be able to find the camera. It's the one that comes in this clear packaging that shows all the accessories. It's like this big box that has everything lined up so you can see it. Dual screens, there's a screen on the front as well. You can activate it. There's a button on the side of the camera that you just press and hold that button. It's actually the right button, the Wi-Fi button, and that should activate the second screen. So for less than $30, I would say this is a great deal. I don't know if they're going to raise the price or not. Again, this is a 1080p 60 frames per second video test with the Vivitar action camera. Just walking around here. Hopefully it's not going to rain. Here to just test out this camera. .1080p 60 frames per second video test. Thanks for watching this video. Have a nice day. This is the Vivitar again action camera. They do make other action cameras, I believe, so just make sure you get the right one. If you're not sure, just go to the channel and there should be the unboxing video showing you exactly which camera this is. You can also look at the title of this video, which has the exact model number for this camera. 1080p 60 frames per second. Just keep in mind that this camera also records all the way up to 4K resolution, and it has an image stabilization option. Vivitar action camera video test 1080p resolution.